package here. I'm going to open up. Oh, look, we got Jacob Toll in the house, Brian Kingsley, Green Bay, the pack opener. What is going on, guys?
What's going on, everybody?
Let me see if I can do this. I'm popping over back to this screen. I hope you guys are well. Happy Sunday night. This is the first annual Card Investor YouTube Fantasy Football League. It's just kind of it's just fun, man. I've been so excited because I've been talking about fantasy football and football cards, and we're finally getting to actually do a draft here, and this is exciting. So, welcome, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm joined by Anthony Milone from Milone Money Mindset.
How's it going, everybody? Thanks for having me, Andy. Hope everyone's doing well, like Andy said. But I'm super excited. I remember I was on Andy's stream. Was it last week? I mean, the time goes so quick. It was either last week or the week before. But we were talking about card investing in the league, and I'm like, dude, I'm so down. And then Brad's gonna be in, and ZiggyNo, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then, like you said, like just tying together the investing, and now we have a fantasy football league. So really exciting things going on, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, it's good stuff. We're also expecting Brad to join us here from the Comeback Card Investor. This is his first time playing fantasy football, but his internet is crapping out. Why do you sound scared to play me, my guy? I popped over to the chat and I saw the smack talk going on. Let's see here. So we got new creations in draft position number 2, or I guess it start off with number 1, but I think you guys saw B. DeCommer. That is the Comeback Card Investor. That's Brad there. He's in draft position number 1. Draft position number 2 is new creations. Draft position number 3 is David Hunter. I guess I could just go. Yeah, I don't know why I'm looking at the draft board. We got David Hunter. Then we got Brad Nolan. He's a huge Chicago Bears fan. And I just finished the draft earlier, and I got Allen Robinson in like the 4th round. I was real happy with that. Then we got the Card Dojo at 1.5 at number 5 slots. And obviously got the KC logo there. He's a huge Chiefs fan. And we got Brian Kingsley at number 6. We got yourself, Milone Money Mindset at number 7.
Let's do it.
And then me at number 8. We got Jacob Toll at number 9. We got ZiggyNo at number 10. We got Midnight Daniel McPhee at number 11, and then Dojo the BMFer. I'm gonna have to ask him what that stands for. I don't know, but
I got an idea.
Yeah, and yeah, he's. I know he's got roots in Tampa, and he's a longtime friend of Brad. And been playing fantasy football for a while, just getting into football cards as well. And so excited to have him in the league. This is Brian Kingsley, first time playing fantasy football as well. So let me go through the scoring real quick while we got a few minutes. And let me see. Let me go through the scoring. But basically, you're looking at a half point per reception. We're looking at 0.1 point per rushing attempt. So that's something that may be a little bit different.
Attempt. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so 0.1. It's not very much. And I tried it out last year, and it worked out pretty well because it favors it gives your running back a 0.1 per rushing attempt. Even if they get negative yardage or they don't get any yardage, you're still going to get that 0.1 for the attempt, because that's just like a reception. That's essentially offensive production, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's 0.1 per rushing yard. So if they get negative yards, then the 0.1 for the rushing attempt will offset by the negative yards. So we got 12 teams, 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 2 flex. No kicker. Instead of the kicker, we got an extra flex spot.
I like that.
And I know it's debatable with the kick, but it's a real gimmicky type of position. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I like not having it. I'm cool with that for sure. I think it should have been done years ago.
Hey, I'm with you. Good, all right, man.
I'm gonna suggest it to my buddies too. I'm like, hey, I did a draft the other night and there was no kicker. So they'll be like, well, can we do that? They'll be like, I'll be like, we should. We'll probably scratch the kicker next year.
Yeah. Oh, guys. Well, okay. I might have to stall the draft. I'm getting some comments here. Sleeper.app. You can log in. You can log in through the website. You can log in through the website. Just go to Google Sleeper Fantasy or go to sleeper.app in your web browser. You can log in through the website, or you can get the app and do it that way through your phone. It works well on both. I also, as the commissioner, have authority to like pause the draft, so it's not just like going to start going wide open if somebody's not ready here. But waiver type is bidding, so that's something that I really like. I started doing that about 2 years ago, and I haven't gone back because I really like the bidding structure because it forces you to be more strategic in the people that you pick up. Like if there's someone that's really hot on the waiver wire because of an injury or whatever, then you have to, spend an appropriate amount of your budget, but you have to take into consideration that's your budget for the entire season. So you start off with $250. If you really want that running back in week 2 on the waiver wire, yeah, man, you just got to be careful because that's
the year you get injuries. Yeah, no, I like that though. I like that there's a little budget to the waiver wire. That's cool.
Cool. I also created this year, I created 1 injured reserve slot. I normally don't do this because we do have, I give ample bench positions, bench slots, 6 bench positions. But this year with COVID, there's actually a setting in here that I can consider. If the player is marked COVID, to have COVID, then we can put them on the injured reserve, and it doesn't count as one of your roster slots. So, okay, set your post draft over on YouTube. By the way,
my laptop.
So, and that's pretty much it. We talked about the scoring, so passing 0.04 per yard, which is basically 25 passing yards equals 1 point. Then you get 6 points for a passing touchdown. You get 2 points for a 2-point conversion, -1 for interception, -2 for a pick 6, and rushing yards 0.1 per yard. Rushing touchdown 6 points, 2-point conversion 2 points. Rush attempts 0.1. Receiving 0.5 per reception, 0.1 per yard for receiving yards, +6 for receiving touchdown, +2 for 2-point conversion. And then the defensive touchdown, 6 points. Points allowed 0. You get a 10-point bonus. 1 to 6, 7, 7 to 13, 4, 1. Sacks, you get a point. Interceptions, 2 points. Fumble recovery, 2 points. Tackle for a loss, you get 0.5. Safety, +2. Forced fumble, +1. Block kick, +2. And then you get special teams touchdown, +6. Special teams forced fumble, +1. Special teams fumble recovery, +1. Special teams player, +6. Special teams player forced fumble, +1. Special team player fumble recovery, +1. And that's pretty much it. Let me pop back over here to the draft board because we're going to have to, I'm seeing most people in here, but I'm not seeing the first guy. Sweet. Okay. I see Brad.
Yo.
What's going
What
on?
is up, guys?
Hey, Jojo. Let me see if this is better.
Nice glasses, bro.
Those are fresh.
Blue light blockers helps me sleep at night. So I'm watching hockey right now. Got this going on. You're talking about points, and all I want to know is dollar bills and investments. I don't know all these points. Sounds like one of those McDonald's games where you peel off the sticker on the fries and you get this Monopoly money that doesn't do anything.
So this glass is how you stay so beautiful, Brad.
Yeah, because I get my beauty sleep with them. That's it.
I'm glad you made it, Brad. Thanks for joining, Jojo. It's nice to meet you, man. So I hear you have roots in Tampa. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I met Jojo in South Beach working at Barry's boot camp, and we just talked Buccaneers, and it was a cool connection, and he has a lot of ties to Clearwater, right?
I'm from Madeira Beach.
Madeira. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like the pretty sister of Tampa. You know.
Nice.
Sorry, Ziggy, the scoring lost you. But real quick, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Brad, but I do need you to get logged into the Sleeper app or the Sleeper website.
Oh, shit.
Either the app or the website, brother. So,
I'm going to have to do it on my phone because my internet's down, so I don't know how this is going to work, but let's try this.
It's easier on the phone, I think. Keeping your
while using this?
Yeah, I got mine on my phone right now.
Okay, what do I press? Draft has started.
Draft room.
just click on
draft?
that. Yeah, click on the draft room.
Okay.
And then just select Tom Brady.
Well, here's the thing.
Number one.
Well, here's the thing.
There you are.
I don't invest with my emotions. So I'm going to go with the top pick that they suggest. Or you guys suggest. But it looks like this goes in order of what they suggest, right? Like overall, Christian McCaffrey?
What sleepers suggest?
That is correct.
He's pretty much a no-brainer.
Okay. So I clicked his name, and now what? Watch?
Yeah,
How do I pick it?
But I don't think the draft is technically started.
Yeah, it's not live yet, but once it's live, I think it'll have like the little draft button will probably be green, and you'll be able to select it.
Okay.
You ready? All right, I'm going to go ahead and start the draft. So,
Let's do it.
Brad,
Good
you're on.
luck.
Can you just pick for me so I don't have to go back and forth or no?
No, you have to select. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on.
We have to lose you.
All right, enter draft. Player. Okay, cool. Draft. Boom.
Got him.
So
Brad's
everyone knows
unemotional
I
pick.
selected Christian.
That was the wrong
McCaffrey.
pick. No,
His rookie card should spike.
He did his smart guy. Good pick, Brad.
That's my whole strategy is go with whatever they suggest because they do this more than me.
Device is not connected.
That's my whole strategy is go with whatever they suggest because they do this more than me.
Device is not connected. I think we got ZiggyNo joining in the house. Device is not connected. I'm putting StreamYard to the test tonight. We're in the house. I'm getting a bad echo though.
Yeah, it's repeating.
I'm putting StreamYard to the test tonight. We're in the house.
This is
Bad echo.
Yeah, it's like repeating over and over.
I'll take that.
StreamYard to the test tonight.
Oh God.
What is that?
Okay.
echo.
Sorry, Ziggy.
gone.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ziggy's having audio issues there. We'll give him a second.
He might have like 5 phones set up with this.
Oh man, Derrick Henry went right before me. I wanted Henry, but I'll take Cook.
New creations: Saquon Barkley, David Hunter, got Ezekiel Elliott, Brad Nolan, Alvin Kamara, Dojo. No surprise there. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the rookie. Brian Kingsley with Derrick Henry. Milone Money Mindset got Dalvin Cook. I guess it's my turn. This is a half PPR. Michael Thomas. I do like some Michael Thomas.
All
You know what?
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Is that a quart?
Cheers, man.
Brooklyn.
Staying true to Miami and sipping on mango White Claw.
Can't go wrong.
I'm gonna try to add ZiggyNo back in, but he's muted. All right, everybody else is still here. I don't hear myself repeating. That's good. That's a good sign. Now Ziggy, let's see if he can draft his player.
What's that,
He did.
Ziggy? Jameis
Yeah.
Winston? Okay, if that's what you said.
Oh, we lost. Who just went? Devontae?
Jameis Winston, and then we had Daniel Midnight McPhee, Devontae Adams. Cheers. The new title, Grown Men Getting Drunk Drafting Their Fantasy Football Team.
Is it my turn again? Because I can barely see the screen.
Oh,
I think you're up next.
It's my turn.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
yeah.
I assumed I may get when my first pick is off the board. Oof, this makes it tough.
Who was
And,
your first pick?
And JoJo's going to get 2 picks back to back, Brad. So the way this,
It
typical
snakes down.
fantasy- yeah,
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's fair.
Mhm.
What's up, personal finance dad? He said, "Oh, never mind. I think he thought we were going to be talking more about football cards. I don't know."
What's up, Dustin?
Disappointment.
All right, I'm a little nervous with my first because he is in a walking boot right now, but they say it's precautionary. But the way Kenyon Drake lit up the last bit of last season.
Oh, yeah, he was
Oh, guys.
unstoppable.
And oh man,
Dustin, we're getting Brad. We're popping Brad's fantasy football cherry. He had the number 1 overall pick. He did not select Tom Brady like a lot of people thought. Shocking.
I would have loved to see it, though.
I don't play fantasy or invest with my emotions.
That was me. Michael Thomas was right here, Dustin. I got your boy.
this is
So much
tough.
more exhilarating being able to win points versus money.
See, Brad, the points translate into money. Okay.
That, yep.
It better.
You know what? I'm just going to grab the guy everybody wants, but nobody has the balls to draft. We're taking Mahomes. Let's go.
Oof. That's a
Oh.
good pick right there. I thought I was going to fall into my lap on the round, but that's
Yeah, if you don't grab him right in the beginning of the second, you know you're not going to get him. But if you have,
Yeah.
if you have in your late round running backs and wide receivers, then you should be okay.
especially with the scoring in this league, over 400 points is a +5. So he's going to have a fair share of those games. He's going to put up probably like 35, 40 points on a lot of given weeks with the scoring.
That is true. 400+ yard passing game is a 4-point bonus.
Yeah, that's like he closes his eyes and throws 400 yards.
Exactly. And now he's got Edwards-Helaire to dump it off to, and he's going to hook off for at least 10 yards of yak.
Tyreek Hill, Hopkins, nice.
Hey, JoJo, feel free to ask any questions about cards, too, in here, because we were talking for about an hour just introducing the card element to fantasy and how they combine. So if you have any more questions for these guys, just mention it, too, because we're all learning at the same pace right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. One big thing I'm kind of betting on is I bought up a bunch of Clyde Edwards-Helaire rookie cards.
Mhm.
And same thing with Terry McLaurin. Because I feel like he's so
Terry.
load on the scene.
Yeah, I bought every single optic rookie card and Prism rookie card they had of Terry McLaurin on ComC.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't find him.
You didn't want to pay for one of mine?
No.
Brad must have talked to you first.
No, actually, I figured that one out on my own.
Are you just saying? Well, that's
I said
good,
if
man.
there's any A Cason 813s as the seller, just don't buy it. However, if there's any B to commerce, you definitely want to gobble those up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Check that out. Ziggy just sold a Chris Godwin base. I'm guessing Prism for 75 today.
That's
Solid.
outrageous. 75
Chris,
for a wide receiver. Wow.
Brad, you were just showing yours today. You have a bunch of those same cards, don't you?
Well, you know what's funny? Ziggy actually sent me a Chris Godwin red, white, and blue, and I think a silver, which I feel bad. Now I got to like either get it graded and then sell it and then give the money to Ziggy or do something else, because now it's not just a collectible card. As like I'm a fan now, it's a valuable card. But I do have several Godwins, including that dual jersey patch one I got for about $18 a few months ago, which I think is a beautiful card. But Andy, tell us about that experience we had at the card shop. What that guy said about Chris Godwin.
Oh no, it was amazing. I actually tried to look Chris Godwin up on Instagram to see if he was actually doing this, but the guy said that he's a prominent card shop in South Tampa. Chris Godwin. He's got a connection that knows Chris Godwin was getting him into football cards, and so he was going to start promoting his own cards on his Instagram, which he's really active on. He's got like 100 and something thousand followers, but I looked. I started following him, but I couldn't find. Maybe he put it on his story, or maybe he hasn't started doing it yet. Maybe he just took some pictures. But yeah, he was starting to get into football cards and was going to actually like promote his own cards, which hey, I think it's pretty cool. Like, why not? LeBron, when they sold that $1.8 million LeBron rookie card, he was like, guess who's got another one of those? That was LeBron's comment.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Dude, and the other thing too is Gary Vee is so popular with rappers and athletes that if he's pumping it to us and he's in connection with all these athletes and rappers, it's going to be in music videos soon. It's going to be like talked about and tweeted about and all this from all these athletes. So, dude, it's going to blow up. I mean, more so than it is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's just scratching the surface for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not even mainstream yet.
I was talking to, I don't know if you guys know of Jaspy's Breaks. The Jaspy's is out here in California, and they're a big breaker. And we were talking about that factor, too, because in LA, there's so much media. So, I mean, you have someone that's a big YouTuber, a big Instagrammer, a big whatever, and then once one of those people get into it, they have the reach for a million other people to decide if they want to get in. And we haven't had too much of that except for Gary Vee. But once you get a handful of those people to spread it to their audiences, and then it can go really viral. Then it can be like a wildfire. So
yeah, because like Jeff at Sports Card Investor, like he's got a good base, but he doesn't have like 1 million followers. He probably gets 15, 20,000 views on some of his videos, and he's not really reaching that mass viewership. But if one of those videos like had 500,000 views, imagine what would happen to some of those cards. I mean, you would have if you had any sort of conversion between the viewer on that video going out and purchasing that card, it would go through the roof on some of those prices.
I mean, like Jeff, for example, he has probably the biggest audience in purely sports cards, but not the audience outside in pop culture. So
that too,
you get like Ronaldo with 250 million subscriber or followers on Instagram holding a Ronaldo rookie card. And
game over.
250 million people looking at that. You're going to get a handful of people getting into the sports card game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brad, you're up, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I see a very small screen here on my phone, and I got an eBay auction ending soon, so I'm going to have to close this screen and minimize it to go in and win that auction. So hold on a second.
Nice.
Sleeper.
What don't Pop believe in? Sports Card Investor. Yeah, if people can get through his hello. I like how pretty much every single one of his videos, someone's like puts the timestamp. If you want to skip the mind melting hello, just click here.
I got a question for you guys. Who do I select if I already pick? Like, what's the position that I should focus on after I got the running back? Is it automatically quarterback, Because I see
I would go
under
receiver
all.
personally. That's what I would do.
What's that?
Receiver or tight end. That's what I would do. I typically wait on quarterbacks. That's just a strategy I usually go with.
Okay. Yeah, because I see Kelsey here.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just gonna
I
go
think
Kelsey.
Kelsey's a
Oh shit! Did I
fantastic
press him?
pickup right there.
Who the hell's Chris Carson? I didn't mean to prick him.
The running back
Well, you actually got both.
for Seattle.
Yeah, but I didn't want a second running back.
No,
Well,
You
you
got Kelsey. Did
running
you get
back
Kelsey,
is
Brad?
more important than anything.
I guess. Oh, because I had 2 in a row. Yeah, it's not very easy doing this on my phone and trying to coordinate the live stream here. But okay, that's cool.
That's a good.
Yeah, Kelsey's a great pick right there.
Well, good thing I had 2 in a row. So Kelsey was the pick I was wanted to make for the second overall, not for the third. But whatever, I double clicked.
I think maybe you ran out. Jacob told saying you ran out of time. It
Oh.
auto picked for you.
Auto pick them. Okay.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Chris Carson was top 5 in the league last year in rushing yards. So.
Yeah, for sure. And
I
Seattle's
don't hear about him at all in terms of football cards. What's your take on his cards then?
Probably very cheap.
yeah.
Why?
I actually just bought some. I'm expecting some in the mail.
Maybe just the style
what's
of
the
his
reason?
I would say because the style of his game is not super flashy. He's kind of just ground and pound. He's not like a Saquon Barkley, McCaffrey who gets fully involved in the offense. I think from a investor standpoint, like maybe it's just he's not as attractive as a play than some of those other guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he could be a good fantasy play though because he always does score pretty high when it comes to the different running backs. But
Who just went? Evan and Kittle, the 2 guys I wanted to go for, one or the other.
yeah.
Card Dojo got Kittle. Brian Kingsley got it.
I wanted one of those 2. I'm not crazy about.
I agree. I wanted either of those 2 also.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not. Chris Carson does have some volatility from an injury standpoint.
You know what? I'm going triple RB, baby. Let's do it. I like Bell this year.
I think, from Matt Kelly and the Podfather standpoint, robust RB, like running back in the first 3 to 4 rounds is a really good strategy because from the top tier running backs to the second tier, there's a pretty big point per game disparity there compared to the top tier wide receivers to the second tier wide receivers. There's not nearly as big of a point disparity.
Oh, damn it. That's who I wanted.
You were expecting to get him at the end of the third.
I was.
Yeah, Jojo, mention what your background in fantasy is if you didn't do that already before I got on.
Yeah, no, I just pretty much always win every league I'm in. So I don't know if you guys should expect any different from me.
So when I upset you, you should be extra embarrassed.
Brad, if you win, I'll pay you an extra $100 on top of your winnings.
Okay. Sounds good.
But you have to send me that Chris Godwin rookie card, regardless of how he does this season.
Ooh,
That's a pretty good bet.
that is a good bet.
Wait, say that one more time. What's the bet?
If you win, and it's indicative of you winning, which is very slim chance. I'll give you an extra $100 on top of your winnings, and then you just have to send me a Chris Godwin rookie card.
Wait. So I sell you. If I win, I have the honor of selling you a card that could be below market value.
I'm gonna give you $100 for that Chris Godwin rookie card.
But it could be like a $250 card if he has a great year.
Yeah, I mean, let's see how much you believe in him. I don't know.
That sounds like a horrible gamble. I'll just take the $100.
I would make a bet if it wasn't in my favor. All right.
Speak. Brad mentioned his eBay. I just got a notification for a bid that I was working on, so I'm gonna jump on eBay right now too.
Dude, it better not be for the card I'm looking at.
I don't think. Oh, it might be. Tell me the team,
No.
and I'll.
Probably not. I mean, odds are. Dude, by the way, if you're watching,
Very-
Sunday is known as the best day to end your auction on eBay because just the amount of people that are available on Sundays versus the other days of the week. You get 5 people or 6 people bidding at one time versus like it being 3 a.m. on a Tuesday or something random where they're at work. So if you ever go on eBay and you're going to list, always keep that in mind. Because like I think about that now too. Is like I want to make sure people are available to actually go on and bid versus it being an inconvenient time.
Yeah, and that last hour is like the crucial time I've started to notice too. I've mainly do buy nows on my cards, but I did one auction and the card it was like it's a baseball card. It was like a Yankee player. But I saw like his card went for auction like 38 plus shipping for $4. And mine, I think, ended on like a Monday at like 9:30. So I mean, who's gonna be on eBay at that time? And it kind of just died a little bit.
Gotcha.
That was hard.
Oh, I like that pick though. Cooper?
Yeah.
I do too. I think he's still going to be
that's the one. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to get him where I was drafting, but I'm like, that's the best player available. I thought right now.
Yeah.
I still like him as the alpha in Dallas. I don't think CeeDee Lamb's is going to come out and like take over.
No, I mean he's the consensus for being the best route in the league, and I mean when you have that accolade, you're just always going to get open. So the quarterback throws to whoever is open.
Yeah, and with Dak having the most passing yards last year, it'll be interesting to see what Mike McCarthy changes in Dallas. But I feel like his reign in Green Bay, you had some of the best. You had MVP years with Rodgers and Devontae Adams. So I think that could only be good for Dak and Amari Cooper.
Yep.
Dude, are you guys worried at all about this season not being completed with all the stoppages they're having in baseball? Because I think they had another one today.
For COVID related?
Yeah.
I'm not as concerned. I mean, NFL's been really stringent. And when I looked at the numbers, they tested like 150,000 people and only 0.8% of players came back positive. And they've got them like on those proximity trackers so that they can proactively quarantine people. And
I just wonder if that's the same during the season, if that can all be monitored the same during the season. I hope so, because I mean it'd be devastating. You can't really delay a football game the same way as a baseball game when you have one per week and you can't have people like, oh, well, we can't have this game, and then the next team can't have that game, and then all of a sudden a 16-week schedule turns into like we need 30 weeks to complete a season. So, yeah, I really hope so. I think so. I'm optimistic just because I want to be optimistic.
man, you guys have really gone bullish on the running backs here. I want to take Allen Robinson and just get him before Brad Nolan picks him, but I really need another running back.
Yeah, the running backs left over right now are pretty trash.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, I went pretty happy on running back.
I got a while till I get one, and it's not looking too good.
Well,
three out of my top 4 picks are all week 10 buys.
You know who I still like on here? Definitely. I'm torn on Melvin Gordon. I really am torn on him.
I would not.
Raheem Mostert, I like in San Francisco, but they kind of spread the ball around a lot there. Kareem Hunt, yeah, he's handcuffed to Nick Chubb. I like him in Cleveland. They'll probably end up trading him, I think, for some good draft capital. Ronald Jones, I'm not sold on in Tampa. DeAndre Swift, though, I'm going with DeAndre Swift actually in Detroit. Either that or I should have picked Cam Akers.
Yeah, they're pretty even. I mean, both of them are definitely going to see a lot of play time, but I don't know.
I hear a ton of good stuff about DeAndre Swift becoming the bell cow in Detroit.
I think he has more competition than Cam Akers does. That's the only thing.
He does. I think Kerryon Johnson even came out in an interview saying that he's not cut out to be a bell cow. Like he would rather be a satellite back, a third down guy. used sporadically here and there. And then you look at DeAndre Swift's athletic profile, and he had a really good receiving dominator rating, and like his burst score and stuff is really good. So
yeah.
But I like Cam Akers too, because I feel like he could definitely be a bell cow in Los Angeles, and that's a rookie card that I think will go up for sure.
I think what you did is you took the more talented of the two people, but Akers may have a better situation. So it's a
coin flip. SportsWiz says Kareem Hunt trust next round. Yeah, Kareem Hunt's an incredible athlete. I think ZiggyNo was investing in Kareem Hunt. And, with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt on the same team, you really don't need both those guys. That's why I think that the Browns are going to end up trading Kareem Hunt before the end of the season for some good draft capital.
It'd be a good idea. I mean, talent-wise, he's still top 10. We all saw what he did his rookie season. He was virtually untackleable.
Yeah, SportsWiz, I think I'm kind of forced into this situation that I'm in at this point, brother. I feel confident that Fournette's definitely a bell cow. He's going to be out there almost 100% of the time. And I think Swift will develop in a Matt Patricia system as a bell cow. We'll see, but he should. That's what I'm banking on, brother. But the interesting thing in this league is we have 2 flex positions, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 2 flex, no kicker.
I don't know what the hell you just said.
So a flex is a running back, wide receiver, or tight end, Brad.
You choose any of the 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use in that slot. You can start a running back, wide receiver, or tight end.
Cool.
But Brady can't go.
Brad, it's so fun that in the same day we get to flip the script. Earlier today, I was asking Brad, what's card in this card?
Yeah. It was a good session. I might actually upload it because there's so many people in fantasy that are getting into cards or will, because it's so natural of a transition, or like to do both, but then make it so that I think I'm up, right?
Yes, sir.
I wanted Calvin Ridley. I should have just went with them.
Oh, well, who's on the clock? Well, let me see who's available. Maybe there's someone I actually have invested cards in.
That'd be fun.
Brad, if you want, you can stay on here, and I can you can look at the screen if you can see. I know you're on your phone, so maybe it is best you pop over to the app.
Yeah, I'm on the app on the phone. Just StreamYard's not very good to look at on there.
Nobody wants to pick Melvin Gordon. He's still out there.
Man, well, I don't think he's the most talented on his team.
Okay.
I know. Philip Lindsay, yeah, that's tough, man.
Who's this Cup dude that's really high up?
Cooper Kupp is awesome, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know him. Okay, cool. Well, hold on a second.
He's in Los Angeles, dude. He's in your hometown, man. He's the slot receiver there.
He's
I'm
probably
a Bucs fan, so
white receiver in the league, actually. So,
okay, I'm gonna go with him just because he's on top of the list, and that's good enough reason.
He's solid.
There we go. Oh shit, I have to go again. All right. So how many? Let's see. You need one more wide receiver. Should I wait for a quarterback? I mean, like quarterbacks are pretty low down.
I mean,
dude, think about this. We have 12 people in our league, and there's 32 starting quarterbacks. So.
Okay. Ooh, a defense. That sounds fun. Probably not a good pick, right?
Are you taking the Bucs defense, 5th round?
I'm really curious to see what Brad chooses on his own without us giving any advice.
I know. That's why I really hate to give him advice, but
see, that's why I only go by the numbers. I literally just go by what others that know what they're doing suggest, or it would literally just be crafting the Bucs team. So I'm going to go with, I guess, who's A. Brown? And not Antonio Brown.
AJ Brown's solid.
He's a stud.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a stud.
All right, whatever. Good enough.
As a second-year player right there, you need to buy rookie cards of is some AJ Brown.
Yeah, you should definitely.
So what's the difference between AJ Brown and AJ Green besides a different last name color?
10 years younger.
Injuries. Yeah.
Okay.
They're
It's not
actually
like another AJ Red or AJ Blue or anything like that.
That's actually something interesting to think about, though. The AJ Green card right now, because I mean, it's got to be down. He hasn't played in 2 seasons.
Oh damn! I
Yeah.
totally missed my auction.
And with
Yeah.
Burrow now, if he stays a little healthy, could be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of AJ Green cards. The thing about his rookie year, JoJo, if you go back to 2011, is they made a ton of different parallels that year. There was no Panini Prism. It's all, you want to look at Topps Chrome or Topps or Bowman Chrome, but then you have the finest. You have literally a dozen different Topps parallels that year. That you just have to be careful. I would focus on the Topps Chrome, and then even then they made several variations. There's one where he's catching the ball overhead that is a lot more rare than the one where he's got the ball in his hands and he's running with it. So I bought some of each, and I got a pretty good deal on them. Not graded, just raw, but they were under $10, and I've seen them gone up, and there is a demand for them. I mean, I think this is pretty much his final run, right?
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting about AJ is, after his first 5 seasons, it looked like he was going to be one of the top 5 receivers of all time. I mean, just when it comes to talent. I mean,
he was super talented.
Came out in the same draft. I mean, his length is absolutely ridiculous. I just hope he stay healthy. He sat out last year, even though he could have came back. I think because he knew that it would be a waste to go out there and get injured again.
I think this is his year, man, with Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow, they're going to be forced with a ton of negative game script, and he's going to, let's see what you got, rookie. You're Heisman Trophy winner is probably, Joe Burrow, he looks like a guy that's a generational talent, so I think him and AJ Green and Tyler Boyd and John Ross and Joe Mixon, I think that whole offense is solid.
I mean, it kind of seems like he's got an LSU offense all over again, and he's got T. Higgins as the 4th option, who was the best receiver on Clemson. So
that's true, man. That's true.
I was telling Brad earlier today that I rolled the dice on a dual rookie card, even though if one doesn't pan out, it kind of ruins the whole thing. But it's a Burrow, Clyde Edwards-Helaire rookie card combination. I just feel like both of them are. I feel very confident in both of them.
Is that a National Treasures?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that, man. That's a nice pickup. I like that.
Hoping so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, AJ Brown, he's very explosive. He's got great hands. I would say about same hands. I don't know. I have to look at his catch radius compared to AJ Green, but AJ Green's got an insane catch radius. So I can't imagine that AJ Brown's catch radius, but he's got really good hands.
AJ Brown, his big thing is for catch. I believe he definitely top in the league last year. He runs like a running back, Brad. So if he catches the ball, he just takes off, and he's very compact and muscular. And he played on the same team as DK Metcalf, and DK himself said that AJ had better hands than him, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's DK Metcalf's weakness is his hands, his drops. He had a pretty high amount of drops, I think, last year. Man, look at this. So there's still quite a few running backs left out there that didn't get picked up last round. But I'm definitely going to go with Cam Akers, who's a guy that – oh, I got to hit that button. Yeah.
How about that?
I ended up getting both, man. I'll take it.
That's crazy.
So one thing to look at here, guys, I don't know if you noticed what else I like about Sleeper is that they give you their bye week right on the draft board there in that little parentheses. That's their bye week.
Oh.
So something else to look at, Brad, when you're drafting. You don't want to have all your players on the same bye week.
Is that what I have right now?
Yeah, look at JoJo's team. He's got 3 guys there on.
No,
that
you're
are
pretty
all-
mixed. You don't have any repeating.
Yeah, I'm pretty screwed.
I have 2 doubles. I have 2 7s and 2 9s.
Oh, damn. Okay, I'm all over the place. That's good. So you
That's
just don't
good.
want a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
Okay. So, interesting. So, Jojo, I'll take that bet now. I'm just kidding.
Go for it. Stay on the table. Oh, this is hard.
I was actually just opening a package here from Beckett because I thought it was this one company, 1 million baseball cards. They had they refunded me for this Chris Godwin rookie card I bought that was serial numbered to 100, and I bought it for like $13. And he's like, "Oh, my bad." He's like, "It was supposed to be serial numbered to 199. We had it misprinted, so I refunded you the money, but I sent it to you for free."
That's awesome.
Yeah, which is really cool. And then he sent me this note because he refunded a bunch of other stuff as well. Andrew, thanks for the order. We apologize for all the outs. We've refunded you through Beckett plus one of the Staffords. So I bought a bunch of Matt Stafford rookie cards in this lot. We were out of stock, but I bought the. Oh man, you know what was in here, which I was hoping to get that was refunded, was a 2008 Bowman Chrome John Harbaugh. Is this considered his rookie card?
John Harbaugh's rookie card. You know, I think the only coach that I'd want their rookie card of in the NFL would be John Gruden, because that would be personally meaningful. But I like Chucky. Like I'd like to see his card from, I guess it was like the late '90s, early 2000s, something like that. That's one coach that I'd love to get the rookie card of.
Man, what if you got Bill Belichick's rookie card? That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, I don't know. What's your thoughts on coaches' rookie cards?
Yeah, how does that work?
I didn't even really think about it till now. I didn't even really know. I mean, I knew they kind of had cards, but I didn't even think they had rookie cards.
I think the problem with coaches is that they can be great, but they're not aspirational. Like, kids don't look up to coaches. We respect coaches, but I don't want to look at like this aging old man on a card. You know, I want to look at like a freakish athlete that can do a backflip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Bill's going to go down as the greatest all time. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So
but even Phil Jackson, I don't want Phil Jackson's rookie card even as a player, just because I don't care. Even though he's up there with Bill Belichick as best coaches ever, most accomplished coaches, I just don't care about that.
One coach I was looking into, I didn't really buy anything. I thought Coach K, like for the USA, like jersey, like I thought that'd be a kind of cool card to possibly have.
Well, you know, on the same line of that, one card that I really like that I'm looking into is the 92 Olympic men's team, dream team, including, I think it's Chuck Daly or Coach Krzyzewski and the whole team on the card. I like that.
That's
kind
cool.
of like a classroom picture. But that's like, okay, I can admire if the coach is in the picture with the athletes, but if the coach is just there with like the like wrinkly triple chin and like yelling, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I think you got a good point, but I think at some point, you know, when you could buy a John Harbaugh rookie card for 50 cents, I'm just saying, at some point, man, we got skill positions going up, then we got defensive players going up, and then it's going to be, you know, coaches and everybody else. I mean, I don't know if you guys see that in basketball. Like Phil Jackson, he's probably got like a card out there that's worth some money. Gary V's got a card that's worth some money, right? You're buying Mike Tyson cards. I know he's an athlete.
Yeah. Well, Mike Tyson is a fucking badass.
Yeah.
He's an actor. He bit off a dude's ear and he can knock anyone out.
Gary Vee actually has his own baseball set too through Topps. I picked it up like on open. I think paid like $30. Now I see it selling for like 60. So I haven't opened it, but it's got like I know Brad, you don't follow baseball, but it has like some of like the top rookies in there, like Tatis and Alonso. I'd be curious to know what like that Tatis one's going for, if it like got graded, but
it's going. Tatis is definitely trending.
Yeah.
in the league right now. He seems like the next superstar.
Yeah, he's got some swagger to him, and
You know,
he's got the tools.
Well, you said the word right there, swagger, and I think that's the thing that most coaches will never have.
Yeah,
I think Pete Carroll probably has the most swagger.
hey, Bruce Arians with his kangaroo hat though. I mean, that's swaggy as it gets.
Yeah, Bruce
Yeah,
Arians
okay.
got the swag, man. Pete Carroll's the gum chewing guy.
I like Pete. Well, Pete Carroll's energy is cool. I like Pete Carroll as like an energy dude.
Yeah, he's very energetic for sure.
I mean,
But that's also why
Kyle
John Gruden would be my choice in terms of like personality, commentator as well, and just I think he's a likable guy as a viewer.
Yeah, I enjoyed him when he was on commentary in his show with the QB camp or whatever he did. That was a couple years ago, but yeah, he's always fun to watch. Have you got into McGregor at all? I'm curious if you looked into him.
Me personally, no. UFC cards I think are great, and it makes sense why they should explode. But I personally don't have an interest in UFC cards.
Yeah.
I started to look at them. They made a bunch. There's a bunch of different ones.
Dude, what they need to do is
like what to invest in. I'm like, oh man, I don't see a prism. What do I do?
Who's the supplier of UFC? Is it Topps?
Most likely, but I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
Oh shit! Is it my turn? Damn, I'm not even looking.
I'm over here looking for my Bill Belichick card, and I found definitely, I guarantee you, this is the oldest looking man that was a player on a single card in the history of cards. Bill Negro, straight white hair as a pitcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see that? He looks about 5 years old.
As old as Pete Carroll.
For real though.
Knuckleballer.
Is it too early to get Drew Brees?
Oh man,
soon.
You can see that. Yeah, the QB run just kind of happened there. Prescott, Watson, Kyler Murray. So
he probably won't make it back to you on the way around if you wanted to grab him now. If you didn't feel comfortable with anyone below him, that's the only way I would.
I mean, I have no freaking clue. So I'll go Brady. Hold on a second. Well, I got 2 picks in a row. So let's see. Flex. I don't know who M. Brown is, but
come on.
Oh, he's probably top 3 biggest home run threat when it comes to a wide receiver.
Yeah, for sure.
Where the hell did he go? Oh,
it's Money Brown, Brad.
That's
I didn't even really pick him. I don't know how to work this app. I wanted to press on the dude.
I think you got him. Looks like you got him.
Yeah, I know. It's an accident.
Brown. Yeah, I think you got auto pick because you ran out of time.
Shit. Okay. Well, I'll just go Brady because I want him to do well.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm in the if this is a biased opinion because I'm a Bucs fan, but Brady has never had this many weapons. I don't think there's a single team out there, if you take their top 6 receiving threats, that are better than the Bucs. So Brady could honestly
probably not. No.
You know what I mean? With Arians, the way he structures his offense,
it
could be insane.
And they don't have a great
two number 1 receivers.
Yeah, and they have 3 starting top tier starting caliber tight ends.
Yeah.
But no running backs.
Him and Mike Evans could be scary.
Oh, no. Honestly, Mike Evans, I don't understand why he's so severely underrated. I bought a bunch of Mike Evans rookie cards immediately when I got into trading because I think he is going to have a Randy Moss-esque season. Just played for...
Yeah, I picked up one of his too. I'm a big fan of his too.
I like it.
I mean, all the guys who study film. Chris Sims is one of my favorite analysts. I don't know if you ever listen to his podcast.
He's good. Yeah, I listened to it. Yeah,
and he put top 5 receivers in the league, and I agree with him. He put Mike Evans as number 3 when it comes to talent.
Okay. Yeah, I probably put him 5, but yeah, I would definitely have him in the top 5.
If you look at being 6'5" with that range, he's taller than every other top receiver in the league, has longer arms. He's faster than DeAndre Hopkins and AJ Green. So I don't know, man. He's
underrated.
and he's much better than Godwin. But Godwin's getting all the hype right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I don't know about that though. I think
I think he's better than Godwin too.
Oh my God! Anybody who studies the film will tell you Godwin's production is very indicative off of Mike Evans getting double teamed.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's
true.
unguardable.
He
that's
plays
true. It's also where Godwin lines up as well.
in the slot, which the slot
Yeah.
opens up because there's two people covering on the outside. Because Mike Evans, you can't cover with one person.
So,
But for fantasy production, I think that Godwin is going to be more productive for that reason.
but hold on
Yeah.
a second. Does Mike Evans have better numbers this year than prior years because Godwin has the attention from coming out last year plus Gronkowski? So it's like, how do you now pick a double team on Mike Evans when you have someone else that's performed just as well and another tight end that's a Hall of Famer? Will that mean better results for Evans just with more one-on-one coverage?
100%. That's exactly why I'm getting into him.
So basically, it's the Bucks are going to win all the games, but is it by 30 points or is it by 45 points? That's pretty much the message I'm getting.
I agree.
It's going to be interesting.
Hey, JoJo, what do you think of Scotty Miller? Do you know about him?
I do. He's getting a lot of hype, and I don't think he's going to see the field a lot. Mainly because everybody forgot that we drafted a wide receiver in the 3rd round who is extremely talented, Tyler Johnson.
Not from the Tampa Bay Lightning. They didn't.
It's
Not that Tyler Johnson. Okay.
Different one. Yeah, they both play in Tampa Bay, which is funny. He's out of Minnesota, but PFF, whether you like him or not, I mean they're an analytics company, and PFF had him as rated the most productive receiver in college football last season, and we got him in the 3rd round. And he's 6'1", pretty athletic.
Interesting.
So I think he's going to fill our 3rd role. And Scotty Miller, I mean, he's the deep threat. You always need, I always believe in making your wide receivers like a basketball team. You need to have that power forward. You need to have that point guard, the shooting guard. So I think Scotty Miller is more of a the deep threat of like a shooting guard is going to take off and, jam it.
Like a Deshaun Jackson type?
Yep. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He runs a 4-3 flat. I mean, there's not many people that do that. Oh, I think I threw away that Bill Belichick card. Oops.
We got some guys that have got some really good looking rosters so far. ZiggyNo's roster looks really good. Yeah, man, a lot of really good looking rosters here. Whoever this guy be, DeComer, looking good. New creation: Saquon, Julio Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Raheem Mostert, Ronald Jones, Darren Waller, Rob. Went back-to-back tight end there. That was interesting picks, Jerry. David Hunter went Zeke, Joe Mixon, David Johnson went the robust RB. Zeke, Joe Mixon, David Johnson. Then he went Mark Andrews, like that pick. Russell Wilson, definitely like that pick. Julian Edelman, that's going to be an interesting one this year to see with Cam Newton, likely starter. Tyler Boyd, definitely like that.
All right, I got a question for you guys when you're done with your recap about the Patriots.
Question about the Patriots. Okay.
Okay, all 3 of you guys. So who's starting, and are they starting for the entire year, or do they get replaced? And if so, when do you feel like they'd be replaced? So start with Milone Money Mindset, because I see you at the bottom there. I'll work the way up to Andy.
I think Cam is going to get the starting nod, and I think he'll perform well enough to keep the job throughout the year.
Okay. JoJo?
Same. I think Cam Newton's too talented. The Patriots internally talk very highly of Stidham, but I mean, they talked very highly of all the other quarterbacks that they traded away as well. So they could just be hyping him up to, trade him off, kind of like they did with Jimmy Garoppolo or
Castle.
I mean, they did it with Castle too. That was the start of it, and then Jacoby Brissett, they got a third-round pick for, I believe, too. So I don't know, man. I think Cam with McDaniels, who's probably top 3 offensive minds in football, top 5 for sure. He could structure an entire offense around Cam Newton and just really run him into the ground because he's on a 1-year deal. So he could end up, leading quarterbacks in rushing if Lamar Jackson.
I agree exactly with that. I think Josh McDaniels is going to build a rushing attack system around Cam Newton. They don't really have any wide receiver threats. I mean, you have Edelman, right? He's getting older, struggled with injury. N'Keal Harry is kind of unproven. Mohamed Sanu came over from the Falcons, but I don't know. There's nothing. I don't see Cam. I see it all being built around the rushing attack, and that's why I like Damian Harris. I've actually been looking at. Bought a couple Damian Harris rookie cards. I think Sony Michel, man, is just like a big disappointment in my eyes. And he just looks slow, man. The last couple of years, I thought Sony Michel looked slow. But
yeah, I agree. I almost drafted him until you just said that. There's not many good-looking running backs left here. Oh, it's so wide receiver heavy.
All right, I have a question for you guys too. What starting quarterback will be benched this year, or at least at some point, either benched or like a severe injury that you see?
Oh, injury?
Severe injury, that's rough.
Yeah, injury is hard to.
Well, no, as in maybe they're injury prone, and you're like, they'll probably not make it throughout the year. But let's go with the.
If we're
string quarterback,
say injury, I would sadly say the guy we just talked about has a pretty high risk of getting injured with Cam.
Yeah.
What about just talent? Getting replaced based off of talent. A second string coming in.
Man, there's not very many good second string quarterbacks right now. I would say the top second string quarterback is. Oh, okay. How about this? Tua Tagovailoa coming in, replacing Fitzpatrick, and then Herbert replacing Tyrod Taylor. I think that's the highest chances.
I was gonna Tyrod Taylor, either injury or inaccuracy there. You know who's another guy who's injury prone and they don't have the greatest O-line and they're going to be faced with a ton of negative game script is Teddy Bridgewater. And there's a lot of hype around him in Carolina. He's certainly going to have the weapons. But, I mean, he's injury prone. It'll be interesting. I think he's got a really good accuracy rating. He's a good passer, but he's got a small frame.
Who's his backup?
I think Kyle Allen was the backup last year, but I think he got traded, didn't he?
He might have. I'm not up to date.
Kyle Allen got traded.
Yeah, Kyle Allen got traded.
I think from West Virginia. Rookie last year. What's his name?
All right, I got another question. I like this because I'm learning. All right, we know the major tight ends. Who's a tight end that's like number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that you could see making the leap up to a top 3, top 4 tight end by the end of the year? Is there anyone that has that potential based on the quarterback, the situation, the strength of schedule that you could see making that leap up to a bona fide Pro Bowler tight end?
I think the guy that just went, Ingram, he has the talent to be a top 5 tight end in the league, just hasn't stayed healthy. And I think, I'm a Giants fan, but I think Daniel Jones is going to come out the gate hot this year. And he's got a decent amount of weapons, but Ingram's definitely one of the better, more overall talented receiver on that team. So I think he could get a little jump from a talent standpoint.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like Evan Ingram. He's just so injury prone.
Yeah.
I also like TJ Hawkinson on Detroit, man. Guy's got an incredible athletic profile. Incredible. There's a couple other guys. I saw Dojo mention Noah Fant, Shelly mentioned Austin Hooper. I like Austin Hooper. You know, he had a great run with Matt Ryan there in Atlanta. Noah Fant's a good athlete in Denver. You also got Johnny Smith, who's a beast in Tennessee. There's a lot of good tight ends. It's just a matter of them getting the target share, them getting the snap share, and they just, you know, a lot of the tight. It just depends on the offensive formations that they're using and the routes they run, and the target share they get. Really, we have some really good athletic tight ends out there.
What was that question, Brad?
Dude, were you taking a dump or something? I just saw a couch for like the last 5 minutes. On
I had to pee.
Gotcha. Tight end that you could see that's, let's say, number 5 through 10, but then becoming a premier tight end by the end of this year.
I mean, do we already consider Mark Andrews or Darren Waller premier tight end? Because I think those guys are on the cusp of becoming the number 3 best tight end in the league.
Yeah, I considered Mark Andrews as like the big part of the big 3.
Yeah.
But Darren Waller, yeah, he's up there. He's up there for sure.
I remember him coming out as a wide receiver, and me looking at him like he could be, you know, the next Mike Evans, because, you know, they're both 6'5", real long frame, and he's got some speed too. But I don't know if you guys watched Hard Knocks last year and heard his story about how he was addicted to drugs and basically suicidal, and he turned his life around, and now he's, you know, possibly could be the 3rd best, you know, tight end in the league. So it's a pretty cool story. But if there's going to be a dark horse, I would say Hayden Hurst, just because he took over for Austin Hooper in Atlanta, and I think he's actually more athletic than Austin Hooper, who, you know, I think Hooper made the Pro Bowl last year as a tight end. And
yeah, it was solid. Who'd you say? Higbee?
Hayden Hurst.
Oh, Hayden Hurst. Yeah, Hayden Hurst. He came over from Baltimore.
Yeah, they traded this. I think it was a 2nd-round pick for him, which was, everybody was like, all right, that's way too much for that guy. But he was a 1st-round draft pick a couple years ago, so he's got talent.
You know what's crazy? I always thought it was so stupid how people, like, they'll draft really high, and then when you can trade for a proven player and give up a 3rd rounder, people go, oh, that's way too much. It's like, what do you mean it's way too much? You're getting someone good for someone that there's like a 50% chance you're going to cut after 2 years.
You're absolutely right normally, but that's exactly why the Hayden Hurst trade was so skeptical, because he hasn't done anything in the NFL.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes I go, like, why is a 1st rounder so valuable when most teams suck at it? Or it's like there's a 50% chance you're not even going to be a starter in a couple of years. Like, there's going to be some that are superstars, some that are great, but then, like, okay, my investing style, I think, is more like Bill Belichick in the draft. Let me have 5 2nd-rounders, and I just want the really high-value, big chip on their shoulder players that are pissed that they got passed over. But I give away a 1st-rounder, but I get 3 great value end of the 2nd-round players. I like that versus, okay, you're the number 1 guy. We gave up like the next 3 years worth of picks and this player to get the number 1 overall pick, and it turns out to be like a Ryan Leaf type of dude.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think there's a lot of NFL front offices that are just terrible at drafting, man. You look at dude, I cannot stand Jason Light. I mean, just go back to the Aguayo pick.
Oh, now Matt Gay.
Oh, my God.
But he made some good ones with Evans, right? Evans and Godwin and Devin White.
I think Light is in the middle of the road. You know, he's had some good ones, had some bad ones, just like anybody else. But the kicking thing is insane. I don't understand why he keeps doing it.
Hey, but to be fair, wasn't Sebastian Janikowski the first or one of the first round pick kickers and actually had a good career? And then if you can get if there's a once in a lifetime kicker,
you got to understand the beginning of his career sucked as well. Like, dude, he sucked after he got drafted. I think you cannot place that kind of pressure on a kicker. You don't draft kickers in the 1st round. So when you do that and you make history, that puts too much pressure on the kicker and they suck.
Well, but kickers are supposed to take the pressure because that's all like it shouldn't be any more pressure than you have to win the game by hitting this 45-yard field goal. If you're adding to that pressure, it's like, dude, the pressure's already there. Like,
you know how Janikowski got through it, right? He had vodka.
That's like 45.
Gatorade bottle.
Yeah. Brad, you got 30 seconds.
Oh, shit. Well, my auction ends in 21 seconds, so hold on. All, and then do I need another receiver? Hold on, let me make this. It'll pick for me.
You need
Whatever.
a running back, Brad.
Dude, I think I got both. Oh,
You got a running back.
Okay. Got the auction. Hold on.
Actually,
Oh, shit. Damn it. Got outbid.
I think that was Michael Ham. He was saying, Brad, don't even worry about it. I think he was on the same bid, bro. He's on it.
Wait, who did I get? Keyshawn Johnson?
You bought it. That's what you were bidding on? Is it Keyshawn Johnson?
No, my draft pick. I don't know who this dude is.
Oh, carry on,
The
John.
Lions.
Carry on, Brad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Carry
man.
on my wayward son Johnson?
Yeah. I think that was a friend of mine's fantasy team name last year. Carry on my wayward son.
Damn, man. Lost out another auction. 2 auctions in one live stream. I missed the first one because I was just distracted. And then this one I got outbid.
Okay. Can you tell us who you're bidding on now?
Well, I'm going to be bidding on these cards for like the next 2 months. So, no.
You guys gonna swipe it from underneath Brad? If he tells you.
You have to find out what cards it is first.
I've tried to race him to COM-C before.
What's the what's the funniest fantasy football team name you guys have heard?
The funniest.
I got one. If you want me to start it off.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I came up with my ball Zach Ertz.
Yeah, I saw that. That's hilarious.
That's good.
And then 2 girlies, 1 cup.
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
it's
good.
your guy there, Brad.
Oh, shit. It's me again. Damn. Sorry, I forgot. What position do I need?
My ball's at. Yeah, I like Gurley's Gone Wild too. Gurley's Gone Wild.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Is it too early to do a defense? Is that I don't know how the defense points.
Somebody took one already. I mean, you could get the second best defense out of everybody.
Well, I mean, they picked for me, or I accidentally picked Marvin Jones.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I saw Brad Nolan. He had his team name is also My Ball Zach Ertz.
Oh, really?
So we got
Perfect.
2 ball Zachs hurting right now.
The past 3 years. That's awesome. Those things where we all think that we're creative, and then we see that everybody else has it. We're like, God.
Yeah.
Oh, who took Henry Ruggs? That was my sleeper this year.
Like Ruggs.
Ruggs is, I mean, he's the number 1 receiver there, and he is the reincarnation of Tyreek Hill without beating, children and women. So,
Yeah, I like Ruggs.
Yeah, I picked him
Tyreek
up
said
in one of
that's the
my
guy he
teams.
wanted to race.
that'd be fun.
Let's see who the Car Dojo's been picking. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, that makes sense. He's a huge Chiefs fan. He does a lot of – he's got his Mahomie Monday hunt. Every Monday he opens packs from 2017 looking for a Mahomes rookie card. James Conner. Ooh, man, that's a super volatile pick, man. That guy is really injury prone. George Kittle, though, that's a beast. Calvin Ridley, I like Calvin Ridley. Tyler Lockett, yeah.
So George Kittle's somebody I wanted to ask you guys about, actually. I understand from what Brad's told me, what I've researched, that a player's personality and their marketability can, dictate the potential value of a card.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have heard George Kittle in interviews or seen his personality, but
He's fun. Yeah, he's got a lot of excitement.
He's kind of like Gronk. He's like the new Gronk. He's very into WWE. He's already appeared on Raw. But his cards are, I mean, they're extremely inexpensive. And he's clearly,
for his talent, right?
if not the best tight end in the league. So it's
yeah,
kind of
there's a big discrepancy there, yeah.
Dude, I don't know what his current prices are trading at, but whenever I was looking into his cards a couple months ago, it was hard to find. Like, they're pretty rare. Like, to go after his main set to find a Prism Kittle rookie card, I think is already over $100, probably raw.
So I'm looking right now on ComC, and I mean the most expensive card from George Kittle is $92, and that's a Panini Phoenix.
A Phoenix. So that's the thing. There's a little button on the left-hand side, Jojo, that gives you different options. Click include sold out, because that's the thing with George Kittle. I think a lot of collectors have gone after him already, and I think there's a pretty high demand for his card from what I've seen. So a Phoenix is kind of an offset that. It's still considered an official rookie card, but it's not like the main set.
Yeah, nothing changed when I hit include sold out.
Do only sold out or just sold out? Yeah, because once in a while, actually no, often ComC has this issue where if I do include sold out, it'll just load and load and load. But do just sold out the rookie year Prism and see if Kittle pops up there.
What should I sort by?
Rookie card, and here I'll look it up myself. I would just search Kittle Prism and then sort by rookie year or rookie card. Make sure you pick the right. There's two George Kittles as well. They're probably the same person, but there's two in the system, so you have to pick one of them before it'll even show you.
I couldn't even find a Prism on here. There's no Prisms. Just Phoenix.
Oh, well, hold on a second.
Brian Kingsley, he went with Derrick Henry, first round, Lamar Jackson, second round, Mike Evans, Allen Robinson, Devin Singletary, Buffalo, Michael Gallup, J.K. Dobbins, Hunter Henry, James White. I like your first four picks a lot, Brian. I'm not super crazy, but I understand why you drafted in the spot that you drafted him in Devin Singletary in round 5, I think. And Michael Gallup, I think, is a very talented wide receiver. J.K. Dobbins is a really interesting one. It's like, how many more running back weapons are they going to add there in Baltimore? I mean, you already have Lamar Jackson, who's a threat, a big threat with his legs. And then you got Mark Ingram, who, is a beast. Justice Hill is another incredible athlete. Now you got J.K. Dobbins in the mix. It's like, I can't wait to see what the Baltimore offense is going to look like this year. It's like,
I will say it is kind of weird. I'm looking up Kittle right now, and I can't find a 2017 Prism of him. I'm looking at. I just see the Phoenix as well, which is really strange.
Someone said he didn't have a rookie card because he was a 5th round pick.
Yeah. Okay. So his first Prism may have actually been 2019. In which case, then it's kind of weird because then do you go first year Prism is 2019, or do you go Phoenix, which is just not nearly as desirable of a set, but it is a rookie card. I think either way kind of opens up with, all right, if you want the currency of the player, you can go with the rookie card. But if you want something that people recognize, you go with the first year of Prism that is more just more understood as the currency.
Yeah.
So if you get the Phoenix, though, I mean, you're looking at a base rookie card that I'm guessing was raw for around $100. That's pretty solid for a tight end.
It's by far the most expensive card for sale. And that was one thing I was curious about. If I sort, because it automatically ComC sorts it by highest SRP, but it doesn't show me, because I don't pay for the service, it doesn't show me what the SRP is. So a lot of times the card that's being sold for the most is pretty far down on that list when it's sorted by SRP. So how do I know what I'm really looking at?
Yeah, no, that's where you have to use the other. You have to go to eBay or PWCC Marketplace and like look at comparable prices on there. Because the SRP on COMC is suggested retail price, and I think they're getting that with an average of the recent sales. But I always sort by print run. I would like especially like AJ Green or like Mike Evans, for example. They made a shit ton of parallels in 2014, and I like to sort by print runs so you can see what's the rarest. Like start what's the rarest and kind of work your way back.
I like that. I appreciate that. That little piece of advice right there helps me a lot. Actually.
Let's see what's going on here. Josh Allen just went off the board. Jacob Toll. He went Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Todd Gurley, Juju Smith-Schuster, Melvin Gordon, Cortland Sutton, Matt Ryan, Cooks, Hayden Hurst, Josh Allen. I've got 3 wide receivers: Thomas, Godwin, Devontae Parker, Fournette, Swift, Akers, Mack. I got Joe Burrow, Noah Fant. Who's left for QBs? I kind of need to want to have a backup to Burrow just in case. Oh, yeah, see, this is the thing about QBs, Brad. If you don't take one early, like some of the elite, there's plenty of guys left out there you can grab in late rounds.
Yeah, there's a chance that his backup might end up being a starter.
Oh, I'm super bullish on Christian Kirk. I bought a ton of Christian Kirk rookie cards as well.
He's going to see a lot more targets now that Hopkins has taken away the attention.
Right? That's what I'm banking on as well. Michael Ham is a fellow Tampanian or Tampin, whatever you call it, tampons. And Michael Ham's a super nice guy. Actually, when I first got back into card investing, I got all the cards out of my dad's closet, and a lot of them was just old junk wax era baseball cards, a ton of baseball cards. And I listed them as in a big lot on, I went and cherry picked like 100 cards that I thought some were autographed, other rookie cards. And I listed them. I actually met up with Michael Ham at Lowe's, South Tampon. There you go. And I sold it to him. I think a pretty good price. I'm sure he definitely, if he flipped them, I don't know, or if he invested them, but I really liked, he said, like all the standard cards that really aren't worth anything, like non-rookie cards, but of good players from the 90s and the early 2000s, he donates to kids in youth environment groups that gives them something to do. You know, they like to go through the cards and look at the old players and stuff. So I thought it was really cool. And I had some old packs in there like G.I. Joe and some old early 90s hockey packs. And so, yeah, super nice guy. He's also a content creator and breaks packs and has some fishing content on his channel, which is always cool as well.
That's cool. I like the idea of donating those cards to the kids too, and especially if the kids get into cards and they can learn how to flip and start it from a small level as well, and especially if they're like in foster homes or something like that where they need to, you know, fend for themselves and develop something on their own without the help of parents. I think that could be the perfect side hustle for kids that are underprivileged.
Yeah, man. And can you imagine as a kid, just like when we were at the baseball card clubhouse the other day, going through those cards, how fun it is for a kid, even if it is just did not any good stuff. Even just for a kid, just to go through cards, like something to do for a kid that's underprivileged, that doesn't really have any toys or a whole lot to do, just to go through a box of cards, you know, that probably was really enjoyable for them. Constructive, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Brandon, you're on the clock.
I'm going to pick the Bucs defense. Is it too early for the Bucs defense?
Son of a.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll do it. Personal pick on that one.
Too many Tampa fans in this draft. This is a problem. I'm banking on getting the Tampa defense in like the last round.
Yeah, I had that on my list. You know what's funny is earlier when I talked to Brad, I had a whole bunch of Bucks memorabilia behind me, and my girlfriend's like, "Why are you taking all that down?" I'm like, "I don't want the people I'm playing against to know that I'm a Bucks fan. We'll take all my Bucks."
You're safe with us here.
Yeah.
And Andy even put the comment over Milone Money Mindset, so it's only the Tampa guys. Like if you put that comment up, it's like Michael Hamm as the bottom part, and then I just see JoJo, myself, and you, Andy.
New York Giants fan down there.
You know it.
How you feeling about Daniel Jones this year?
I think he's gonna have a good year. I actually did a video on him. I gave Andy a shout out. Just I did flip one of his cards. I paid like $30. I just sold it for like $79 yesterday. So that was like a nice return. But I think he's gonna do really well. I think he's gonna have a good year.
So I think a bigger question is, who do you think his number one target's going to be? Because yes,
I think Slade.
They're all pretty evenly, skilled.
I think Slade's gonna be his number one guy.
I agree.
Oh,
Chase Claypool. Who did that?
Brad Nolan. He's a big Bears fan. He said Tampa doesn't have a defense. Yikes! I said the Bears don't have a QB. Yikes!
Man, I'm very, very bullish on Chase Claypool. I don't know if you guys know that.
Who? Chase Edmonds?
Chase Claypool, rookie. Notre Dame, only played 1 year. He is the only receiver in the history of the NFL Combine besides Calvin Johnson to have his speed and height weight combination.
Wow.
So, which is, Calvin was in a league of his own, and this guy just equaled that. He's playing for the Steelers, and you know how the Steelers are when it comes to drafting wide receivers. They're just blazing at it. So I'm expecting a lot.
I'm really bullish on Alan Lazard too. New Creations is tearing it up over there, man, because Alan Lazard is another guy who is his most comparable player is Mike Evans. He's almost identical build, athletic profile, except Mike Evans got freakishly long arms. And Alan Lazard went to like Northern Iowa State, and Mike Evans had the big college career with Johnny Manziel there in Texas and everything.
Wow, I didn't realize Alan Lazard was that big. Holy crap. 6'5", 227.
Yeah, man. Alan Lazard's a big dude, and now he's in a spot on Green Bay to emerge as the number 2 there. I think we could very well see him blow up this year.
Yeah. Those are
and he could get his rookie cards dirt cheap. Actually Prism right there.
I bought everything everything Claypool that was on ComC. Pretty sure.
Claypool, yes. Yeah, that's smart, man.
I didn't even know about him.
Never mind. There's a lot more that just popped up. God, maybe I didn't actually buy them.
Well, see, the thing I want you to be aware of with that, JoJo, is like, have you been buying them in their college uniform?
No, Brad told me about that. I guess the big thing right now is all these rookies, the cards that are available. It's only their college uniform, right? Because they don't have actual photo shoots yet.
Well, it's just changed. We were at the card store, and this guy opened a pack of something black, Panini Black.
I forgot. Yeah, it wasn't one of the major ones, but he had a pretty sweet hit in there. What was it? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was a Tua autographed. It was a 1-of-1 Tua autograph card.
1-of-1?
Wow.
Yeah, 1-of-1. You remember that's where the guy was freaking out about it.
I was watching the Lightning game, to be honest. I was like going back and forth, like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Going back and forth. But okay, wow, 1-of-1. So that's great. Whatever.
But that, and then the 2020 Donruss Elite that I think just came out. Black Diamond. There you go. New creations on it. There is a few sets that are out now that have NFL unis, and then they're getting ready to release the base Donruss here in just a couple of days that'll have all the players in their NFL unis as well.
Well, I remember Ziggy pointed out when I showed on one of my mail days think it was a Devin White card, who wears number 50, no, Levante David, who has 54, but this card had 00 on it, and that's because it was the NFL Bucks jersey on the card, and he's wearing it, but it's just photoshopped. So it's not, it wasn't like in action. It was just, hey, we don't want to put a college uniform out this late. We want to actually put out what he will look like, and they're so good at that technology that that's what they're doing. But it wasn't an actual shots because you can't get shots during the game. If anything, now it's just like training camp, and you're probably wearing gym shorts, and only from the waist up do you have pads on. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you ever see 00s, it could be the fact that it's just photoshopped and it hadn't been time yet for an actual game to be played. So they just had to do something to get that card to look a bit better.
An interesting thought is, do you think this season rookie cards could be affected by COVID? The fact that they're probably not going to be able to have as much, action with the press.
I personally don't think so. Because the start date of the season is pretty much the same. The preseason is canceled, where I don't know if they're getting their pictures from preseason. They definitely could.
I think they would.
But they can also push back the release dates, right? I don't know what the last release date, if anyone on here knows the last release date of Prism and the others from last year versus what it's expected to be this year. But if they just push that back an extra month or two, I would say that pretty much solves that issue.
Well, I look back at the last couple years, Brad. The Prism's always released at the end of October.
Okay.
Like end of October, beginning of November. I think they do that on purpose because you have the holiday season right after that. So
that's another big point is Q4 for businesses. I mean, dude, we're gonna have sports, not only sports going on, but and the hobby growing. But Q4 is usually when most businesses make their money for the year, and this could be like monstrously huge for the sports card hobby, where parents are getting kids or each other gifts of sports cards, because that's now such a bigger request than last year when it's a piece of clothing or gift card to Banana Republic or to eat out somewhere or something like that. So I can't wait to see what the eBay sales are going to be like October. Well, really just November, December.
what do we got here? Dojo, the BMFer. Diggs. Let's see who you've been on, Dojo. Kenyon Drake. Okay, Arizona. Mahomes. You went first QB off the board with Mahomes. I'm surprised you picked him over Lamar. I guess it's because I did the +6 for passing touchdown and the bonus.
I'm very worried about Lamar when it comes to getting injured.
Really? Because of how much he rushes?
How much he rushes, his build. He's very slender. He already had a major injury in college. Just the whole structure of that offense is based off of him running the ball. So, Patrick, they're going to protect him. He takes a further drop than any quarterback I've ever seen. So he really keeps himself away from getting sacked, and I think he's become more wary of putting himself at risk. So yeah, I just I had Lamar in every league last year towards the end of the draft, and that paid off very well. But this year, I'm away from him. It's too high of a risk for me.
Yeah, that begs a good question about his rookie cards too, because next to Patrick Mahomes, he's got the hottest rookie card for a QB right now.
Yeah, his Prism PSA 10 is going for like $2K.
Woo.
Yeah,
and Mahomes is what, $5K?
Oof. I haven't seen his. Mainly, a lot of Mahomes cards I see on auction is his optic and his Domris cards, which go for like $600-700, I think, base, and then the optic is probably close to like $1,200. So I'm sure Mahomes Prism is probably going for $3+. Yeah,
that's crazy, man. But I mean, hey, we look at who's going to win the MVP this year. I don't know. It could very well be those guys. It could be Russell Wilson. It could be Dak Prescott.
I really hope Russell wins one, man. I mean, he's never been even close. I mean,
he's gotten one vote before.
Well, yeah, it's so crazy. But I was looking back, and Chris Sims brought this up on his podcast. He never really had a shot at winning, even though he had amazing seasons back, one after another, because there was always one guy that stood out so much further than everybody else. Where they had like a generational type season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Pete Carroll's never let Russell Wilson just let him go, let him go wide open.
It's a very conservative offense. Very
yeah.
But see, I like that way of thinking where it's if Pete Carroll just opens it up, then you get to really see what Russell Wilson can do versus, okay, everything's in line for it to be perfect, and then you pay for it, and then if anything goes wrong, you're screwed. You know what I mean? Like, as a backup plan, Russell Wilson, if he changes teams in the future, if Pete Carroll opens it up, if whatever, then we could really see a whole new player versus, I feel like a lot of people invest because everything's going perfectly right, where nothing goes perfectly right forever. Yeah. So there's always going to be an injury, some drama, off-field issue, whatever it is, but people are paying for perfection to continue, and that's never something I like, because I'm like, well, perfection always ends at some point.
It's a good that's a good reason to get into him as a long-term investment, I believe, because if he does change teams, or if they just change coaches, I think it's more likely that Pete Carroll would leave than Russell, because Pete Carroll's old as hell. He's in the 70s. I don't know if anybody realizes that because he looks so good.
Yeah.
But he has the best energy of any 70-something-year-old dude out there.
Because he burns 1,000 calories a game just chewing.
Just chewing gum. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, man. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I like Aaron Jones, so I don't think AJ Dillon's gonna really snipe that much from him. I'm gonna go down here a little bit and take this old guy right here, LaShawn McCoy.
Oh, okay. That's actually, yeah. No, I think you drafted him in the right spot, but his ADP may be lower.
I think it'd be hilarious if I win.
So
my thought process is, what does the thing say the top player is?
You do
and
have
hopefully I click the right button.
Every league that I had McCaffrey and I won just because I had McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's just so good.
Yeah, me drafting 12th overall immediately puts me in the hole. I mean, Kenyon Drake is a first-round pick. If you would have told me that would be my first-round pick before this started, I probably wouldn't even have showed up for the draft.
I know. I was looking at that. You picked Kenyon Drake over Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon.
Yeah, I still feel good about that, but I'm not bullish on any of those people that you just mentioned besides Austin Eckler. I was hoping
no Sanders.
No, I'm not a fan of
Sanders. Dude, Aaron Jones, man. Aaron Jones called for me last year.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes I just have this weird spidey sense about a player and the potential of them getting injured. And when I saw AJ Dillon's quads, I just felt like Aaron Jones was going to get hurt. And same thing with Miles Sanders. He gets hurt every other week. And look him up right now. He's injured.
All right, Jojo, let me ask you, what's your take on the Buccaneers this season? Because I haven't heard your take in terms of what's win-loss, who's going to underperform, overperform, what are the weaknesses? Because me and Andy talk about this all the time, but I haven't heard your take, and you've studied fantasy and studied the Bucs too.
Man, I have never been this hopeful. Even back in the day when they had the defense that they had, I really didn't think they were going to win the Super Bowl just because their offense was terrible. But the defense ended up being, so good that it carried them over the top. This year, I think this is the most well-rounded team the Bucs have ever had in the history of their franchise. And if you guys think about it, I think you might agree. just because there's never been a season where they're this stacked on offense and then they still had a good defense, or vice versa. So I'm expecting them to give the Saints a run for their money, and if they can't beat them out, I think they'll at least get the wild card. And we'll see if Brady continues to have his playoff magic.
Yeah. In terms of well-rounded, I definitely agree, because even the Super Bowl year, defense was stacked. I don't even remember who the running back was that year. If it was Michael Pittman, or was it Michael Pittman?
Yeah.
Dude, Michael Pittman should never have been a running back. He should have just been a bodybuilder, because he's built like that. Like, imagine a bodybuilder trying to be a running back. He just stutter stepped. It could have been an 8-yard run, but he just stutter stepped 3 yards and then would get tackled. But he had the best arms ever. He was like Sly Stallone arms.
Him and Thomas
ridiculous.
Jefferson both had like 20+ inch biceps.
Like
if you guys don't remember. Yeah, if you guys don't. Oh, so I think I'm up again. Sorry. If you guys don't remember Michael Pittman of the early 2000s, the running back, then just look him up. It's ridiculous.
Look him up with his cutoffs. He always
go watch that video that I made like a week and a half ago when David Hunter, he sent me a package. He sent me a like a badass refractor Michael Pittman card, and I put in there the clip of Michael Pittman at the gym here in Tampa with the news lady. He's got the cutoff, and she's putting the orange to his bicep and then the cantaloupe. Yeah, he's huge biceps.
Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just picking whoever.
Do you know who Michael Pittman's son is?
Michael Pittman Jr., right?
USC.
He's still on the board, I think.
He's on the Colts.
Yeah, he has the potential to be one of their top targets. So
he's not built really anything like his dad.
He's very long. Yeah, it doesn't look like him. You could draft Michael Pittman Jr. right now, and it's honestly, that would be a very good spot to grab him.
I have no clue. I just want to pick the top person because I have no clue about this.
Brad,
Dillon.
You're picking more QBs. You're upsetting Ziggy. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't know who to pick. What position? It says I have everything.
You need running backs, tight ends.
Okay, there we go.
Wide receivers. There you go. If anything happens to
Michael Pittman was a better pick, Brad. Come on.
Well, dude, I don't have time to scroll down.
He has to take 3 quarterbacks, though. Hey, you could honestly trade Cam Newton, week 2 and get some serious capital for that. So,
what do you think about Jimmy G, JoJo?
I just don't think he's that good. Like, I don't think he's that talented. Kyle Shanahan is my favorite coach in the league, and I think a whole hell of a lot about him. But I think he's the best that he's got. And in that offense, he's going to have people wide open.
2 or 3 QBs.
So, I don't know.
We've seen a pop in his rookie cards. I bought a PSA 9 at $30, and there was like some bidding wars going on at the same time. David Hunter put me onto him just for the fact that because of their defense, he could very well see himself back deep into the playoffs.
No, that's actually I would say that's a good investment because I definitely believe they're going to win a Super Bowl in the next 2 to 3 years. And if he happens to be the quarterback, then there you go. Sell right when he wins it.
Danny Dimes just went.
Pretty late for Danny Dimes, actually.
Yeah.
It's a late quarterback run going here. Uh-oh. Late quarterback run going. Milone money mindset on the clock. Oh, he got the Michael Pittman Jr. I won't get the free Bud Light, but I am going to take Gardner Minshew.
You have Joe Burrow and Gardner Minshew. You definitely have the most Cajun redneck quarterback stable of all.
Yeehaw!
There's more cutoff genes than anybody else.
Oops. Let me get back out of this. Wait. Oh, there it is. Kind of need another tight end, too. John Brown, Austin Hooper. Let's see who Jacob told us. Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Todd Gurley, Juju, Melvin Gordon, Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton's a beast.
He's a stud. I think it's and when it comes to talent. I think like number 10 or 11.
So have you pretty much just gone like wide open, diversifying, investing in all your favorite skill position players?
Me?
Yeah, as far as football cards.
Man, I am extremely impulsive. You know, it's a positive.
Good. Investors like me rely on that.
Yeah, so I went. God, and honestly, when you asked that question, did you buy a bunch of rookie cards where it had their college jerseys? Yes, I did. I didn't really think about it when I said no because Brad told me not to, but I had already dropped like $1,600 the day before, mostly on rookie cards for this year, and there's no rookies that have the jersey. So, yeah.
You buy like autograph cards though, or is it autographed or?
Oh man, I just started clicking buttons. I was just
Dude, you buying cards is like me on this. Me doing a fantasy draft.
Yeah, I was like Brad in the fantasy draft. I might have made probably equally as bad decisions actually. 3 QBs versus buying all the Chase Claypool rookie cards of him in his Notre Dame jersey. Maybe the same thing.
I think I picked 3 quarterbacks. I know I did it on accident, but I think subconsciously I had the football card mindset of I know quarterbacks are worth more.
Yeah.
So why would I pick all these receivers when the rookie cards of quarterbacks are going to go up more and I can just select all the QBs? Maybe I could just have a monopoly and just like take all the QBs from you guys and you can't have complete teams and just get disqualified. Maybe that could be a strategy.
I like it.
I think you need a 4th.
Can't I decide to start a quarterback, like start 2 quarterbacks? How does this thing work?
There are 2 quarterback leagues, but we can only do 1.
Yeah, there are 2 quarterback leagues. I mean, it gets a little carried away at some point. I mean,
man, I so many below average running backs, but I just had because I took so many good wide receivers, I just had to take a bunch of mediocre guys, hoping that one of them will pan out. Just look at my roster; it's a little terrifying.
from the running back situation, yeah.
But I believe a lot in my receivers.
And you
Do you
better
ever
hope.
take 2 defenses? Like
Say that
if you
again.
wanted to start one defense, if one defense looked really good versus a team, or no?
I would probably go with 1,
Okay.
depending on
Just
who's
wondering.
available. Because then you can kind of just see who's on the waiver wire if you need on your buy. But
I've had a lot of success not even drafting a defense in the past, which isn't a common thing. But my theory was take a bunch of players before the season starts, and then maybe right around week 1 before it happens, you're going to find out that some of those players aren't actually starting, and then you just
swap it.
Yeah, you swap one of the guys out who's not starting, grab a defense that's playing the worst offense, and then you just stream it week by week.
That's a good point, man. I can tell you, I picked up the Bucs defense several times, just streamed them. They've helped me out big time.
I pretty much always, last year I'm trying to think, who was the worst offense last year? The Dolphins.
The worst offense?
The Dolphins, maybe? Or the Bengals?
Yeah, until the end of the season. Yeah, the Dolphins finished pretty strong. That's why I like Devontae Parker.
Yeah. I think it was a couple years ago. 2 years ago, I would always choose whatever defense was playing the Browns before they got Baker Mayfield, and I always ended up being a good idea. Thank you, Shelly, for that basketball update. I was curious.
Anyone get Odell Beckham?
I picked up his rookie card yesterday.
Yeah. I bought a bunch of Odell Beckham rookie cards.
He's kind of
Before the fantasy?
Yeah, he should be. Where is he?
Gotta be gone. Yeah, he's gotta be
gone. Where is he? Probably like 5th, 6th, I would say 4th, maybe.
It's kind of crazy that I mean, he had a down year last year, and the year before, he's been injured back and forth. But he's the most famous player in the NFL, besides Brady. So I mean, that's got to have value, and talent-wise, he's incredible. It's just keeps getting nicks and.
Yeah, and that was a popular topic where he has a huge Instagram following, but he definitely has a cool factor as well. And that's where fantasy, we're looking at metrics and data and injuries and whatever, but you have someone that looks like him with his hair and his style and his Instagram following and just like what that brings in terms of wanting to collect him or just how he's known in society. And that definitely affects how people view him. And even in the NBA, for example, if you think of Kawhi Leonard's a great basketball player and he has another chance to win a championship, but I never see his face change. Like he's like a robot out there just destroying, but that doesn't translate over to I really want to buy his card from an emotional level. So it's just something to keep in mind with cards is that there is an emotion. There is like investing in the person besides just the player.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's underpriced though that I just noticed? Milone Money Mindset. You picked up in the 4th round. This guy right here, Zach Ertz.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is got an underpriced rookie card, and I mean, they don't really have a whole lot of options on the Eagles, in my opinion. Anyway, I mean, they have options, but they're kind of washed up. Like Alshon Jeffrey's kind of washed up. Deshaun Jackson's kind of washed up. I mean, he's not, but he is in a way. I mean, look at his injury history the last couple of years, and his resume the last couple of years is pretty bad. And Zach Ertz has got all the chemistry with Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a high chance that Zach Ertz could probably lead all tight ends in receptions. I mean, he already broke the record.
Yeah.
2 years ago. Or was it last? It was 2 years ago, right? Not last year.
Let's see. Pop over to see if they just show us like the total year. Yeah, I know that he's been in the top consideration, that top 5.
I'm positive that Zach Ertz has the most receptions in NFL history for a single season for a tight end.
Yeah, look at that. Ertz stats put him on a historic pace as he has more yards, 5,743, and catches 525 than Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez had through his first 7 seasons.
Wow.
And similar story, though, was Odell Beckham, his first 4 seasons. Even if he sat out an entire year, he would have broke Jerry Rice's record if he kept on pace, but that obviously has fallen off of that track.
I think as long as Carson Wentz is healthy, I think Zach Ertz is a great dude. I think you could pick up his rookie card because I just bought some, but you could buy Zach Ertz rookie cards. Now, this going to 2013, they made a ton of parallels of that Topps Chrome and stuff. He's got one, though, that's really cool on ComC that I just bought one of. They're trading at like $25. It's of him doing like this victory dance. And they're a lot more rare than the other one. But then they made a ton of like retro parallels and different kinds of parallels of the Topps Chrome. But those 2 main ones, I think that's a good target right now is Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Ziggy,
solid player.
Talking about Odell's hair color, we were talking about cards, not fantasy. Just wanted to make that clear.
Ziggy said there's no fantasy points for hair color. Odell's overrated. He makes a one-handed catch on primetime, and everyone thinks he's special. Odell peaked in New York. Odell is washed up.
Tell us how you really feel, Ziggy.
Ziggy,
Right?
if he changes color to silver fox like you, maybe you like him more.
Dude, Ziggy's the guy that sent me 2 of those Chris Godwin rookies, and I had him on my live stream a while ago, and we were talking. Well, he was informing me about buying into breaks, and that's something I'm sure you're not too familiar with now, Jojo. But basically, people opening boxes and boxes of cards, selling slots in the boxes, whether it's teams, packs, whatever. But it was something I thought was purely purely gambling, but even though there is risk and it is a gamble in a way, there's also a lot of strategy you can apply to it. So, but it was really fascinating, really fascinating.
I today, by the way, I don't know if you guys care, but I went to a card shop for the first time since I was a kid, and I bought a few packs and an actual box that I'm going to open here tonight. And yeah, how do you get into breaks? Like,
Dude, there's tons of breakers. I'm not sure if Ziggy, if you know who Jaspys is. I know they're a big breaker here in California, but I just talked to Joe from Jaspys, and I'm going to be going over there to their card shop in Hermosa Beach, and just going there and doing like a live stream from their shop. But like they do it online. I mean, you can go to their website, Jaspys Breaks. I think Ziggy, I'm not sure if you do breaks for others, if you still do it or you did in the past, but there's a lot of people that will buy cases and cases and just sell slots. And then Instagram's one way to find out, obviously YouTube, but it's so popular because it's pretty much like getting paid to open up someone else's Christmas presents.
I actually fell asleep last night watching, and I woke up this morning to it, watching YouTube videos of people doing breaks, which, you know, if you want to know what my life's like right now.
Exciting as hell.
Yeah, I was like, I need to learn as much as I can. I fell asleep.
Yeah, Gaming God. It was actually an article and a video in the LA Times that I read, and that's why I contacted them, because I saw them. It popped up in my Google alert on sports cards, and I saw it was like LA Times. I go, holy shit, that's awesome! They're right there down the street, you know, like an hour. So I connected with them, and they have a huge YouTube channel as well. I think like 10 or 12,000 subscribers, all from breaks. So you can look into what they're doing. But really nice guys.
Cool. Yeah, all the packs and the box that I bought, they're all basketball cards because I didn't really want to risk, you know, the football players. The way I figured in my head, I understand that basketball cards are more valuable right now when it comes to the sport as a whole, and the fact that there's way less players than baseball and football. That means there's a higher chance of getting a player who's actually worth something.
That's a good point. Yeah. Especially in baseball, there's probably a lot of duds in those breaks. Yeah, so many players.
You got a guy who's playing in minor A ball now.
Yeah, so your hit is like someone who's like a relief pitcher. It's like, oh, nice. On card auto.
It's like, this guy's going to sell me insurance in 10 years. Great.
Oh, I do have a question. Because these will be the first cards that I've opened since I was probably 12 years old, should I even open them if I don't have something to immediately put them in to make sure that the quality is fine? How do people get PSA 10s? They literally take them out of the package, barely touch them with a glove,
leave it, yeah,
into the,
and that's well. So I just did my first PSA submission, and one of the biggest mistakes I made was I'd get a card, I'd put it in a penny sleeve, I'd stack it, I'd put it in a box, and I would just like have to organize it and then reorganize and reorganize. Going back, if I were to open packs, which I don't plan on doing much of, but I would have a clean penny sleeve. I'd put in a clean penny sleeve and right into a card saver. And a card saver is different than a top loader, but it would go straight in there just because I don't want to handle it any more than I have to. But also keep in mind that just because a card comes out of a pack does not mean it'll get a PSA 10, because if it's not printed dead center and smooth and all that stuff coming out, dude, there's like so many reasons why the manufacturer would have cards come out that would only be PSA 9s off the bat, even if you did everything right. So that adds to the appeal and desirability of 10s as well, because it has to be perfectly centered, the corners, it's smooth, the colors printed right, all that stuff.
That's so interesting. I mean, even if you did everything right,
the centering could be off just a slight, and they'll ding it and make it a 9.
I'll be the first guy to start a lawsuit with the card company. You didn't center this. What's wrong with you? Yeah, I thank you, Ziggy. He said no, don't open if you use your top loaders. I'm gonna hold off.
Yeah, I mean, there's no good that can come from it sitting there, especially with that giant rabbit you have.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, dude, that rabbit was insane. That was huge.
No. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
They got that big.
yeah. I don't know if y'all saw it. Let me see if I can pull it up, at least on my phone here.
Oh, I got you.
Let me see if that.
Holy shit!
That's not a dog. That's a
Oh my
rabbit.
god!
What?
What the hell? Man, that's a big ass rabbit.
That rabbit's been eating the same things that they feed all those plants to get the tomatoes like the size of basketballs.
You know what's so funny too is you know those like really delicious sweet peppers that you buy in like the plastic bag and they're like red and orange and yellow. The owner just took a bag of that, just dumped it all over the floor, and that rabbit
Just went to town.
Oh my god!
oh man, you took the Chargers just before me. That's the defense I was waiting on. Damn it.
Did they make improvements in the offseason? I know they got Joey Bosa, and they have that pretty decent corner there too, don't they? A pretty decent secondary.
Yeah. Well, the big thing for me when it comes to fantasy defense is sacks and interceptions, right?
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, keeping the points low is good and important, but if you have a defense that they're getting their ass kicked, but they sack the quarterback a ton and intercept the ball a lot,
Makes up for
get
it.
a lot of points. So my top defenses this year are the Vikings because they just traded for Yannick Ngakoue. I don't know if you guys saw that earlier today, and they already have Daniel Hunter, who's probably the number 2 pass rusher in the league. So now they have 2 of the top, 5 or 6 guys coming off the edge. And the Chargers already had the best tandem as far as Bosa and God, I'm blanking on him right now. That beast out of University of South Carolina. But getting Derwin James back was the big reason that I was bullish on the Chargers.
Yeah. Good stuff, guys. We just finished the draft, and really appreciate all you guys coming on. Anthony, Brad, Jojo, all of our subscribers here: Brian, David, Steve, Gaming God, Ziggy, Brad, Nolan, the other Balzac Ertz, Shelly Barnhart. She is our lone female subscriber.
Well, we think. Awesome. To be fair, we think Shelly's female just based on the name, but it could be like a 300-pound Filipino man, and there could be other people on here that are actually females, but under guys disguise. But I'm going to with Shelly's positive energy, she is a female, but it's really cool to have her on here.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool, man. This has been awesome. Car Dojo, Jacob Toll. Yeah, no, it's just been great. We even had the personal finance dad on the beginning. He thought we were going to be talking sports cards, and I think he hung around for a little bit. But, yeah, it was awesome, man. Sports Wiz, I don't think I ever saw that guy before, and his little profile pic is
the GOAT.
Luca, baby.
The Luca.
I will say, I saw Shelly's comment about buying Zion, and I'm not really caring about buying Zion from the basketball side, but Luka from the NBA, I'm like, dude, now that they're eliminated, I'll be paying very close attention to see how far his cards drop, because I just don't think it's going to be very long. And so I'm very curious to see that.
Yeah.
Awesome, Shelly. I'll take it to word. Dude, Shelly, upload a picture. Upload a picture in your avatar. Come on.
Oh, the Jets are winning.
Anyway, yeah, do you want to sign off?
Ziggy says he's got a first locked up. Good luck on second. So good stuff, man. That was an awesome draft. That was fun, man. It was the first time I ever did it, but it worked out, man. StreamYard, huge shout out to StreamYard.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
And my account that you use. Awesome. My paid account that I lend you. Awesome. All right, guys.
Comeback card investor. You are the man.
All right.
All right, y'all. Peace.